me
It's
give
all
the
right.
count.
You know what the thing is? Just don't swear for the first 90 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna start a timer. I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna do it.
So it's an interesting night tonight. We've got some friends in town. We'll share them with you here in a couple minutes.
We've been busy catching up. That's why
we're running a few minutes late. That's okay.
I mean, it's also the story of my life, but
pretty much, it's all good. So, how you doing, honey?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
You're wonderful. You're beautiful.
Oh, you're sweet. What do you want?
Sex.
Always.
It's all good. Guys, welcome to The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. I'm Greg.
I'm Beth.
That's Beth. Yeah, thank you so much for joining in. We'll give everybody a few minutes to jump in on this shit. But yeah, we're good. It's awesome.
While we chat a little, I'm gonna share.
You're gonna share?
I'm gonna share.
All right. Chair.
I'm gonna chair it.
So yeah, we've got some friends in town, and it is. There we go. We got it. There's Logan. There's Nico. What's happening, you guys? How you doing? Ian, what's happening? Thanks for joining us tonight. All sorts of crazy shit going on. We got some fun shit to talk about tonight.
You didn't even make it 45 seconds.
Damn it.
I mean, I had hope.
Count.
Actually, you know what? You did make it almost. I was looking backwards. You had 15 seconds left.
15. Whatever.
To hit that 90-second mark.
You hit an S-bomb about 15 seconds
Whatever. I always talk shit.
Is shit a swear word still?
Well,
I don't know.
Depends.
We're going to get into some of that.
Here in a second.
We've got,
okay.
We've got some friends here. Hang on one second. Because this camera just decided it didn't want to work again. Sorry, guys. There's always something happening around here that's some sort of technical issue. It's all right. We'll get it figured out.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, you'll at least be able to hear them.
Yes.
So
Ooh, you have a great radio voice.
Sometimes I do.
Now I'm going to make me have to talk like this.
I have to try. Too.
All right, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, it lasts about 30 seconds before I do my obnoxious laugh, and then there's no more sexy,
oh,
as
no.
Greg says.
There's that too. I've got that.
So, like Greg said, it is Wednesday. You're with The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. If you guys get a chance, you know that you can like us on the YouTube video that you're watching. If you're watching it horizontally, something that we have discovered is that you can click on the bottom right hand corner. You'll see the logo, and that'll allow you to like and subscribe from that location. So give it a whirl. Give it a try. It's really cool.
I don't know what's happening with this camera.
Oh, that's okay.
All right.
We can
You
share.
guys get the audio.
You
You'll get the audio. Sorry, I'll work on it here in a second again, but it's one of those things. We've got another camera in here that's just having a moment.
I think it's user error.
No, it was just working a minute ago. It really was. You saw it up there. God damn it.
God damn it.
Whatever. Hey, guys. It's been a busy week. Thank you for sharing all the info, the pertinent info. Yeah, that was a kind of a cool little thing that I figured out. If your phone is sideways, you'll see our little icon.
Yeah, you figured it out when you were horsing around,
accidentally
right?
clicked on it because I was on my regular, like my Greg's, like my personal YouTube, and I clicked on it, and it brings you out to the to the subscribe and everything, drops you straight to the
That's really
thing.
cool.
Who would have thought? I didn't know.
Who would have thunk it?
Right. So let's jump in. Big topic of the day. It's been another week.
Another week.
It's only Wednesday,
But it's
baby.
only Wednesday. That's kind of the
Wednesday.
challenge with this whole shit. It's only Wednesday, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. President was re-impeached, I guess, something like
Has
that.
to be affirmed by the
I know
Senate.
it has to be affirmed, but it's kind of like there's just all sorts of crazy shit.
It's
More crap to pile on our plate.
exactly
What a way to start
to
2021.
keep people from actually seeing the real. I don't want to say topics, but the real
Issues at large.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was like. What's the word? What's the damn word?
What's affecting humanity right now?
Well, where to begin? Greg is still fussing with the camera. So.
I'm trying over here, guys. Oh well.
So yeah, so it's been a yeah. Greg and I were both extremely busy this week for work. Greg worked till 1 a.m. the other morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very ambitious.
So he's
Hey.
look at that. Look at you thinking outside the box.
That's just easier. All right, so this is Brian. Brian's one of my lifelong friends. I've known him since I think we were 13. I was 13, something like that. From back in high school, back in New Hampshire. And this is Allison, his wife, and I've known her for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, about that.
Like that, right? They're moving out of California, getting the fuck out of there, moving out to Florida.
Bye-bye communism.
Yeah. Damn right, right? So one of the things coming up in pretty near future is I'm going to interview Allison. Basically, Tell real quick just what you did for your mom, just real high level.
She was a congressional candidate here in the United States in Florida, and I became her campaign manager. It was not planned.
It was accidental.
Oh, yeah.
Accidental
Very,
campaign manager.
very much so. I was very explicit on no titles. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be involved, and literally got myself launched in the middle of the campaign. But it was great. Met a lot of really great people. Very interesting experience overall.
I was gonna say, what a great experience, man.
Yeah.
It's fun. I do well under pressure and deadlines, and especially when it's centering around events and any type of PR. So first type of venture I've had like that, but it was a definite learning experience to say the least. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll have an interview with Allison tomorrow or something like that. We'll throw it up in the next couple of days, and share that guy with you guys. So I hope you guys will look forward to that.
Let's talk a little bit about the options at the table today, because we have yet to do a cheers yet on the table.
Oh shit! Let's get that.
So
done.
you're drinking your typical
Coors Light
water.
I should be sponsored by them.
Water. I'm drinking my Wednesday Diet Coke because I don't drink on Wednesday nights.
So that's a treat.
It is a treat, but I also don't drink on Wednesday nights because
She works out.
it stops everything else for the rest of the week.
Keep the wheels turning.
And I know Brian's going to be like, "It's so bad for you."
You were supposed to quit 5 years ago.
She did.
And what did I say
only
when
brings back once in a while.
when Brian sees me drinking a Diet Coke? He's gonna be like, "I quit cold 7 years ago. Haven't had one since."
It'll be 6 in March.
And so, what are you drinking?
I don't even know. It is a very interesting graphic on the can. Apparently, it's called a Saint
It matches the room.
Art Car IPA.
You like it?
Love it. Sure. Oh, it's local, Texas. All right, that's great.
And
Nice.
Brian's drinking.
Hey, Ian, real quick, how does the audio sound with that extra mic? 'Cause we did add a new mic. We did that. I screwed it up a couple weeks ago. It's not out there, but you can go out and check it out on iTunes and Spotify if you want to hear it. But how's it? Just throw us a little note. Sorry.
So, and then Brian, you're drinking your Modelo. That's your go-to.
Keeping it easy. On
That's your
Wednesday.
go-to, huh? There you
That's
go.
it's Bud Light, basically.
It's Mexican Bud Light.
It's just a different flavor.
Mexican water.
So I did have a question for you though, because I know that when Greg ran to the store to get beverages, he couldn't find any IPAs, and so you had suggested.
I went to Walmart in Lotus, Texas.
Okay.
There are no such thing as IPAs there. I actually sent them a video of it. I'm like, this
There
is
was
our
nothing.
beer.
That's so funny.
It's
But
like
you had
Coors
said,
Light,
do
Bud
they
Light.
have Bud
Lone
Light in
Star.
aluminum cans? What makes Bud Light in aluminum cans different than glass or regular cans?
That's a question for me. I
Yeah, that's a question for you.
yes, I don't know why. In fact, I would recall cheersing both of you when I would drink that. I said, "Oh
Thanks,
my
Jack.
God, now
Welcome.
I know why Beth and Greg love Bud Light because it's the perfect beach beer."
It is.
But in particular, in the aluminum bottle cans, they stay colder longer, and they don't get that weird metallic taste that you do sometimes get from a glass bottled beer.
Because when he said that to me, I was like, I wonder why aluminum. But you know, I don't know if you've heard. I've not had a beer
I did
In
hear
a long time.
on your previous
since probably
Since
March,
the beginning
March or
of- yeah,
April.
since
Yeah,
it-
I had
That's-
one when we
It
got.
was surprise beer.
It was a surprise
Wow.
beer when we got to go sit at a bar and wait for our food. And I was wearing shorts that were 4 sizes too big for me and a t-shirt that I'm pretty sure was dirty and had been worn for 3 days straight. And I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm going to sit at the bar.
That's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and I'm going to be an adult and have a large beer
Well,
at
I
the bar.
ran back out and I was like, Beth, we can go drink.
Yeah,
You
In
drink
public.
White Claw, though, right?
I do
does
drink White
drink
Claw.
Technically a beer.
No, it's a
It's a hard
sparkling
sparkling.
water.
It's brewed just like
It's a
spritzer.
seltzer,
It's
bitch.
a spritzer drink. It's really
The other one that I started
All right.
trying besides
Cheers,
the
you
White Claw
guys.
was
Okay, now we're gonna cheer. Okay.
These guys literally just got
Cheers.
here, what, an hour ago, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
Cheers,
We've
cheers,
been,
cheers.
so
So,
the
cheers to you
Coors
guys
Light
out
Hard
there.
Sparkling is pretty good. Or
Thanks.
it's not Coors Light. Coors Hard Sparkling is good. It's my
Thanks so
second
much for
go-to.
joining in. The bar is open. Chuck, we see you out there. Ian, thank you guys. Logan, Nico, what's happening? You guys, everybody, thank you so much. Cheers to all of you. Like Beth said, go out, like, subscribe, share the shit out of the show if you don't mind.
You know, I was thinking we really need to get our Facebook friends, even if they don't always get to join us, to at least put a post out there to have them
Right.
go subscribe and like us.
I
on
did.
YouTube.
I did a while back.
I know
just
we need to
re-
do it again.
Let's
But
do a
there-
little giveaway. Maybe we could do a giveaway contest. You know, you get like, share,
Oh,
subscribe.
by the way,
Blah,
these
blah,
are the
blah.
folks that manage this company. This little My Family Seasonings. Maybe we can come up with something cool to do about that.
From my family to yours.
There you go. You like that? It's like very, very Vanna White-ish. And,
That was awesome.
yeah. Yeah, we'll come up with something cool about that. Yeah, we'll do something
We
fun.
try to do something every once in a
Allison's all
while.
about the promos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be.
And
Hell yeah.
marketing.
Promo the shit
Free
out of
shit
it.
sells.
But there's also another way that I'm going to start looking into that I can dual broadcast this out to.
I was wondering because we were
like
talking about trying to do Facebook.
You can
and
do it. It's just
YouTube.
it's another fucking program I got to figure out and learn.
Bitch, better get on it.
Well, whatever. Let's jump into this shit. So California gorillas are now catching COVID.
Is that real? Are
That's
you,
fucking real,
are you
man.
just trying to make fun of the
Governor
Governor
Newsom.
I
Newsom?
gave it to him before I left.
Fucking Harambe is pissed right now.
Harambe's dead.
I know.
So
He's looking down
just
on
crying a
Governor
tear down from
Newsom, and
heaven.
he's like, "What in the shit?"
pounding his chest, being like, "I would rip you a new one, brother."
Yeah, no, it's like the first ever noted situation where COVID's jumped to a primate.
So
I saw the
we know
headline. What's the story?
That's the story. That is that they don't know.
how he got
happened.
it.
It's just fucking
So
happened.
you know that dogs have gotten it before, right? There's been cases of dogs with COVID. I just don't know enough about it to say. Obviously, genetically, it mutates.
we know
Cats can get like certain types of COVID. Like animals can.
Animals can get
But
shit.
it's not COVID-19, right? I think primates are just so close to us. I guess.
maybe,
or whatever.
maybe. I
Who
mean,
knows
that
the
would
science
that
behind
probably
that
would
shit?
make a lot of sense.
Thank
But
God I did not hear about this.
I
This is
like
news
how
to me.
you were like Gavin Newsom probably brought them to dinner, which is kind of
Probably
his MO.
true. Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna be one with the primates. I'm gonna take them to dinner at
Maybe.
this place that I'm telling everybody else not to go to.
Gavin Newsom's a piece of shit. So
I love that you didn't say fuck in the middle of his name this time like you normally
Gavin
That's a
fucking
good one.
Newsom like that. Yeah. But I was like, one of the things I was thinking of, I was like,
do. Oh, do they have to wear masks if their trainers are in the?
how do you make a gorilla wear a goddamn mask?
A lot of them are pretty trained.
No, it's a gorilla.
Well, I
They'll
guess it
chew your
depends on the
face off.
gorilla.
He'll break you in half.
They'll just break
No,
you in
I
half.
guess
They're
you
like,
just,
yeah, I'm gonna wear a.
I guess you probably just have to wear the mask because
you
you
wear
go
the
into
mask and you
their
just let them go through
into
their
their.
thing.
I was gonna say kennel, but their cage and then you probably
Their
just
habitat.
Thank you, and then you just spray yourself down afterwards. You're like, just lice on me up, bitch.
I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing. It was just kind of I saw that and I was like, what in the hell?
And will now the chimpanzees get it? And will it like mutate?
Could it
Great. Now we're
transfer?
gonna be. What was the movie with Dustin Hoffman and
Outbreak.
Outbreak. Now we're gonna be all outbreaky.
Outbreak. Yeah, it's like
Outbreaky. And
so you'll notice. So they're going back through and listening to some of our archived shows. Like we suck at names and movie titles.
But everybody always helps us.
Yeah,
We don't
that's
need
why
to
we
be
have the
good.
boards. Absolutely.
We don't have to be good.
Oh, I'm here for you.
Good.
I get your back.
Well, normally I'll call up IMDb, but sometimes these guys are much faster than I am.
Absolutely.
But I can recall a movie. I can never remember the name of the star.
Oh.
Or otherwise,
usually
sometimes
like,
it's
that
reverse.
dude, you know,
I'll
that guy.
remember the name of the star, but not the name of the movie. So I'm only
Okay.
batting 50%.
So are we seeing a game on the horizon tonight? Are we going to play a movie game?
No. No, not at all. No. So Beth's birthday weekend was just this past weekend, which was fun. We had a
So
good time.
fun.
Sorry
Was
we were
interesting.
late.
I know.
Nope.
We were trying
We
to
tried to
make
get
it.
I
here.
know it's okay, but he
It's
did
okay.
really good for it being a pandemic.
Yeah, it's this challenge, like to go out, like you can see where we're at, you can still go out.
Right.
There are restaurants that are open at like 50 or 75%. I don't remember what it is at this point.
I don't
50%
remember.
maybe.
It was 50% for the holidays. I don't know if it went back up. or
Yeah,
not,
so
but-
you can go out and get dinner. You can go out and do those things. If they have a bar in there, you can sit down at a table and have a beer. or
Actually, they
whatever.
didn't. Well, yeah, they didn't
They had the
have
bar there. You couldn't sit up
sit at the bar.
bar.
Right. You could order beverages.
Plus,
though.
it's your 30th time celebrating. What,
Yeah,
20
you
Your
know.
21st
Yeah,
birthday.
something like that.
Looking great.
It's old hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
So
you
had
did.
a
You
good
made it
one.
lots of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Got
So
gifts
she
every
got-
day. I got a gift on Friday,
got a
Saturday, and
toaster.
Sunday.
And
look
a
good
toaster.
dressed
We
up in
heard
no
about
mask.
the toaster, and we were curious, actually.
Why do you not have a toaster?
Yeah.
We haven't had a toaster for like 6 years,
Yeah,
7 years.
after
something
we
like
That's
left-
really
Okay.
fucked up.
However,
Just haven't
How
had
do you
one.
live?
I don't eat toast.
we
I
didn't
don't
have
eat
a
toast.
microwave.
Toaster oven.
We did not have a microwave for
Okay,
6
so you
years.
have a toaster.
I
Okay,
had a toaster oven.
And
That
it
was my
died.
second gift on Saturday because my toaster oven has been on its last leg for about
Ours too.
every third time it works. So you turn it on and you're like, nope, dink. Turn it on,
Yeah,
nope,
ours
dink.
works.
Turn it on. Okay, come on, put it in there. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You know, and then you keep your fingers crossed the next time you try to use it. So I did get my new toaster oven that is
It was
also
a big weekend. It was a big
also an air
weekend
fryer.
around here.
Yeah.
Shut
You know
the
you're
front
getting
fucking
old
door.
when a big weekend
Oh.
consists of a birthday purchase of a toaster oven.
It was
you
a
know?
joke, absolutely, but it was.
But it's
it
got
had been
an air
going on for a
fryer.
while.
So that's the new
The air
thing.
fryer.
Toaster ovens, air fryers are the same thing now.
Yeah.
Because our friend TJ Gardner.
We have the same
He-
one.
the
he's
same
been
one.
he's been an air fryer proponent for at least 2 years. So anytime I see air fryer, I think of
of
TJ,
him.
and I'm like, when we get back to Florida, because we knew we were getting rid of our toaster oven, I'm getting the toaster oven air fryer combo.
You got it.
We got it.
Yeah, he
We got
already
the
made
very
his
same one that
decision.
they have. So
Okay, maybe
yeah.
we'll get the same one. 'Cause
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Cool Kid Club.
Michelle
Yeah.
said that the knob breaks a lot.
It's all right.
They do it.
They
on
probably
all of
use
them.
the shit out
They
of
do it
it.
on all of
TJ
them.
said he uses it 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah,
And
no.
if TJ's doing it, then everybody better
But I
do
hope you
it.
had a good weekend. It was fun.
It was a
You
good
did
time.
burn your taste buds off.
Ooh, coffee?
No.
Hot pizza
Did
on
you,
toaster.
was it from the, you burned him off. That's running around the house going,
Oh, today?
"What did
No,
James
that
want?"
was from the soup because you got me my favorite lunch on Saturday.
Oh, you burned it from the soup.
From the soup.
Yeah,
that I
what
warmed
was
up.
the lunch?
Madeline.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's this
Tell me
great
about
It's a
little
French bakery,
French
bistro.
bistro.
Okay.
Sounds
Now, when are
extravagant.
you going to go to
It's
Paris
not.
to actually enjoy it?
Once the fucking pandemic is done.
Once
that
the
the
because
plan?
the vid is
Evidently-
over.
I'm going to hold you to it. I mean,
Probably
is this
not.
the plan?
I don't really
No.
know.
Look, we want to go. It's
I'd
on
rather
the
go to
books.
Italy.
It's just yeah.
Quite
I'd rather
honestly.
go to all of them. Thank you.
Yes, I'll go back. Yeah.
I'll go to Mexico before all that shit, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's okay. And Brian wanted to take our honeymoon in Russia.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Okay, you can go with him.
You wouldn't have gone?
No.
Why not?
Because I want that Sandals Beach Resort. I want to do the glass.
I can't blame
bottom
you,
hut
honestly.
I mean, I
on the
can't fight with that
beach,
either.
In the water. I want to lay down and have somebody bring me a margarita every day.
I can get behind
some,
that.
You know, sex, lots of it, and maybe have dinner at night and repeat. Have a massage, you
Okay.
know.
And just hit repeat.
Well, she's
Yeah.
getting close. We're in Florida, so I guess we're closer to a sandals.
there you go.
Maybe it'll happen one day.
There you
You're
go.
going to pretty much live near
And then
one. So,
maybe one day I'll get to go to Siberia.
so just so you guys know, just throwing this out
this
there,
is
Chuck
hilarious.
Norris was not at the riots in DC because there's a image. If you can see hers,
Oh.
you can
I
see
see that.
the picture of
Okay.
not Chuck Norris that people are confusing
That are claiming
with
is Chuck Norris.
Got
And I'm
it.
like, that's kind of
I mean, he does look quite a bit like him first glance.
He
First
looks
glance.
like he resembles Chuck Norris, but he does not look like Chuck.
With
Come
a
on,
broken
man.
jaw.
Well,
You know,
with
he's
a
got
wider
this-
face.
But he's got a protuberance there.
a
That's
protuberance.
a protuberance.
I don't know
Very
what it is, but that
prominent.
ain't fucking Chuck Norris. That's
Hashtag
what
not
I'm
Chuck
saying.
Norris is what Chuck said.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
definitely not Chuck
trending?
Norris.
Hashtag not Chuck Norris.
Yeah, that's
We're gonna
definitely
make
not
I don't even know about the Chuck Norris
That's
thing.
true.
It's
Yeah. When
Chuck Norris.
you fall into that
Like how I can do this shit just on the fly, just move stuff around the screen.
Well, you know, because if it would have been Chuck Norris, people's head would have flown
Well, that's
off.
why
like,
that's
with
what I
one
was saying. He
single
just kicked
kick.
shit out of everybody. And
Yeah, with one single
have
kick,
any
the whole
problems.
crowd would have gone down. Because he's Chuck fucking Norris.
slow everybody down.
Yeah.
You know it,
that
sister.
Step back.
100-foot swing.
Absolutely. So I just thought it was funny that was actually trending as that dude being like he was going to be there,
I mean,
like inciting.
Is it like
It's Chuck Norris, man.
Is it like, damn, I'm good. I look like Chuck Norris, or is Chuck Norris like
That dude probably goes to the fucking bar and he's like, yeah,
I'm Chuck Norris?
check this sidekick out, right? And he's the dude that, you know, that punch machine that like drops the thing down, he just smash it.
Yeah.
He gets like 422, and then like a 17-year-old girl shows up and smashes the shit. She gets like 9,000. Yeah, that's that guy.
And they're like, you're not really Chuck Norris, are you?
No, that's definitely not Chuck Norris. So just so you guys are aware, and just make sure. We've got a few different things. So that's why I've kind of named this. It's a real humdinger. It's because people are just fucking stupid in a lot of places.
Well, come on.
And the next
all
one
know that.
is Governor Cuomo. And like I said, I'm not gonna be super political or anything like that, but this guy's a fucking idiot.
Not because he's the governor, but just because he's an idiot as a person.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of governors out there that are good.
Yeah.
This guy's a goddamn
DeSantis.
dumbass.
So why?
So he just this is a retweet from Congressman Dan Crenshaw, and it just makes sense. Welcome to the party, pal. It won't be up there. It won't be up there. Also, would it help if you throw out perfectly good vaccines? Andrew Cuomo, I think this was yesterday, said, "We simply cannot stay closed until the vaccine hits critical mass," which is basically herd immunity, right? "The cost is too high. We have nothing left to open. We will have nothing left to open. We must reopen the economy, but we must do it smartly and safely."
It's funny how that's his tune now as we're getting ready to swear in a new president. But for the last 9 months, it has been about closing everything.
Yeah, even last week, the dude literally kind of goes out and says, "You should be thankful that we're closing down because it could be a total lockdown," right? And
He's
what are those? What That's ridiculous.
He's just a walking conundrum because he says one thing on Tuesday and then reverses it the following, or says something that totally negates what he says
Think about
the following
it, though.
Tuesday.
How many motherfuckers have moved out of New York City? What's coming up?
They're all coming to Florida now.
But what's coming up?
inauguration.
Well, just beyond that, taxes are due,
Oh,
right?
I was going
If
for
you're not
Super
going to have
Bowl,
tax
but hey.
income coming, right?
Tax income coming?
Income
Well-
incoming into
income
the
coming.
city.
Did
into
you
the
know
state.
that even in California, Newsom had proposed to tax California residents
People
who
who
were
moved
living the
for
state
10 years?
Yes, like this is insane.
Yeah.
What
They didn't
these
pass
governors
that,
are
did
trying
they?
to do.
No.
No.
Dude, people, the second
But
I
the
moved,
fact
I'd be
that-
like, come get me.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
just the
fucked.
fact that he's putting that out there to people, and
Ruben, what's happening, dude?
you know, this is communism right here. I mean, they do it under the guise of socialism. With communism is the end goal. They want to control everybody and have this one world order with the fall of the United States, linking it all together.
That's some deep shit.
That is.
It
I was
is.
like,
that could be a whole other
But
episode.
what's the
but-
background? What's the deal with throwing out vaccines?
So this is what happened. There were actually cases where if the vaccine was out, like there's a vial, you have a vial of it, right? Once it hits a certain temperature, you have to have people lined up to give them that,
It goes bad.
because it can go bad within like 12 hours or
It
24
depends
hours.
on who the producer is of
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Some
Something
of it
like
has to stay super cold and
yeah,
some of it
yeah.
doesn't.
But they had such strict priorities on who could get it that if a vial was out all day
They had
and
to
you only
get rid
had
of it.
20 people, but it could serve 30 or 40, you're losing half the population that could be
So they didn't
potentially
have
getting
their
it.
operations set up to actually
No.
administer.
Right. So instead of people being able to voluntarily, I'm just going to go get it and just get it knocked out,
Yeah.
right? Not just nurses or elderly.
They
or,
had specific people that could get
Yeah,
it and
frontline
nobody else
folks.
could get it, and
Yep.
it backfired
Yep.
basically.
Well, yeah. And
Because then you
so then they
had-
have to discard it.
Because then you have situations like here in San Antonio, they were doing it one at the Coliseums, and within 2 minutes, all the spots were taken up. And so they didn't limit who could get it. They said first come, first serve, you know,
they were
and so.
prioritizing
Right.
certain people
Right.
or demographics.
Well, they
over
had already
others.
prioritized as much
Uh-huh.
as the medical field that wanted to be done. So now this was just an opportunity for Joe Schmo to say, you know what, my brother's a perfect example. I have emphysema and other shit. I should go and get it. And he tried, and he was like, I literally went on 3 minutes after it opened up, and I couldn't get it.
You know what's
Wow.
interesting though? I was talking to somebody today, and their wife is a nurse at one of the hospitals here. She just had COVID. He just got over COVID. So you have whatever the
Immune or the
immunity,
antibodies.
sort of, the
Antibodies.
antibodies or whatever for a certain amount of time, 6 months. They're not quite sure, 6 months, something like that. She was able to give up her spot because she's a nurse. She's a frontline worker, right? So she was able to give up her spot to somebody.
Right.
Wow,
And
that's
she-
surprising.
Right. And because you don't need the shot. So she can postpone her shot for 6 months or something like that. But she was able to basically pick who she wanted, like not necessarily pick specifically. I
She
don't
could
think,
like designate,
or like an
who
elderly person
was
or
taking it.
another
Okay.
person, somebody that was in need of it or somebody that has a
That's
immune
cool.
issue or something like that, which I thought was pretty neat. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool. That's the way I think it probably.
Somebody just gave you kudos on your old school surf memorabilia.
Oh,
on the
down
bar.
here you don't
Yeah.
see that very often because normally the
Closer.
camera's a little bit closer.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but people are getting to appreciate it tonight.
Yeah, you get to see the whole bar. That's the extension. This is Bryan and Allison joining us tonight on the Bars Open. With
Our
Beth and
friends
Greg.
moving cross country from California to Florida.
Escaping
Man.
California.
That's a long drive, guys.
We stole
Yeah.
out in the middle of the night.
That's awesome. But welcome to
Well,
here.
What's interesting is like people, you finally actually talk to your neighbors in California when you move.
Yeah.
We've only lived there for 3.5
We're like,
years.
where are you going?
Right. They're like, oh God, are you leaving already? And it's like,
Bitch, I've been here
seeing you
and
for
he's been here
freaking
20 years or
3.5
whatever. Yeah.
years, walking by me with your nose in the air to get your little dog over to the little dog park. You don't even say a fucking word. Now you see a
downstairs
moving
and get
truck.
some.
You go get some.
All of a sudden you're interested. And of course, then they go, where are you going to? Like the look of fear and panic on their faces.
Because
Like,
everybody's leaving.
you're
Yeah, Brian.
escaping.
Brian.
Eh. And
Gonna
you're
be
like,
wild. Go get some.
Yeah,
I'm
almost
going to Florida. And they're like, oh my God, I've heard wonderful things.
Yeah, it's Florida.
I hope you have a great time. I'm like,
But see, that's the
"Yeah,
thing. So
I already know."
California, I love California.
Me too.
I absolutely-
born and raised.
Right.
I was born and
I
raised
love
there.
California.
I hate
Southern
So is
California.
DJ.
having to move.
Beth and I talked about like let's move.
That
there,
was our
right?
retirement plan for a while.
Like Southern
Your
California.
bakery?
Well,
Yeah, my bakery.
Yeah, you guys are
Bake by
out.
morning,
San
surf by
Diego.
night. Absolutely. Or surf by afternoon. And then
That was a plan for a long
That
time,
was- yeah.
and then like shit just changed so much
Right.
that I hope it swings back.
everything's like a pendulum.
Yep.
Once it goes one
Well,
way, I mean, you
right.
think about, there's not anything that doesn't go back one way or the other.
What's up, DJ?
Once
It's a balance.
Once it's one way
Right.
for a while, then it goes back the
But
other
it's
way.
just so unfortunate because, California, it's a great place to live. Within
It's
an
a
hour,
fun-
hour and
fun
a half,
state.
you can be in the ocean, in the mountains, in the desert,
Right.
or in the suburbs, or, Beverly Hills, Hollywood,
do all
San Diego.
so many
You have
cool
and
shit.
of course, I'm talking about SoCal.
Yeah.
But, just the landscape in general in this state is super diverse. Even when you go from the southern
to
to
the
the
south. Yep,
north,
yep.
which is beautiful, up the one in Napa, and you go to, the sequoias, and you see all the beautiful trees that you're like, this is so breathtaking and beautiful. But then to see the leadership just so harshly penalizing the people who are
and
living there.
Well, yeah,
They're
that-
also
go
they're
ahead, sorry.
allowing the environment to turn sour by allowing some of their laws and
Yeah.
requirements of
Well, that overshadows people now.
Yeah.
It's like the thing is with the homeless, like they did pass a law stating that this is their personal property. So like if you're camping out on a sidewalk, you can't, as a police officer, you're not allowed to come and remove their
is
personal
kinda
property.
fucked up, right?
Which is what they used to do. And don't forget in San Diego, they actually spray the streets for hepatitis.
Oh my Lord.
And this is years ago, before even COVID.
Thank
It
you.
was known about the homeless population down there. They would go around about 5, 6 a.m. when finally, things shut down and the
that's
party
so
life
crazy.
quieted, and sprayed the streets to be clean.
That's gross.
That's disgusting.
So you think about that, and that just makes you. But I hope it does have like a dramatic shift.
I'm
because
very thankful that we got like I had never been to California before I moved to
that was,
Arizona
what,
and
like
started
15
dating
years
you.
ago when I
Yeah,
hooked you
and
up.
so I'm grateful that we
San-
had
we drove
friends.
all the way from
Yeah,
Southern-
I'd never done the one.
San Diego all the way up
all the way up to
PCH,
San
to
Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Did the Hertz
And don't get
the
me wrong,
Hertz,
there's still
Hertz
a
Castle.
the Hertz
Oh, it was
Castle
closed when we
and
went.
Moonstone
Yeah.
Beach, and so I'm grateful that I at least got to experience all that, and that we had such great friends living there. We got to stay on a sailboat one night, and that's the first time I'd ever
Corey's
been to
old shitty boat.
Disneyland. And
That was my boat too.
so,
Oh,
yeah,
your
that's
old
right.
shitty boat.
So I'm glad that we got to at least experience it,
Smacked my
and
head.
I'm sad that our retirement dreams now exist in 10 acres of land somewhere that we haven't decided on yet.
Okay. Well, at least
Wyoming.
you've got a goal.
It's too cold. He says Wyoming too, and I'm like,
I'm talking right down the road here in Texas, dude. Just right down the road. All we need is some hunting land.
I'll
So
pitch in.
let's jump
There you
into
go.
the next one. So this is another, again, it's just,
Makes
there
you-
are so many fucking dumbass things happening right now. And so many just people, companies. I just shared something. So this is Twitter right here. And if you can see it, I'll read it. So this is Twitter's public policy. This is what they said. I think it was last night or today, something like that. It says, ahead of
told
the
me this
Ugandan
yesterday,
election,
yeah, last night.
we're hearing reports that the internet service providers are being ordered to block social media and messaging apps. We strongly condemn internet shutdowns. They are hugely harmful, violate basic human rights and principles of the open internet. You're like, what?
wait, what?
Who'd you just shut down? Who did everybody else just shut down?
Parlor, the Google,
All of those things.
the App Store.
It's just, it's moronic.
Well,
is what it is.
they're talking out their mouth, and what is it?
No, it's do as I say, but not as I do.
Well, it's
Politics.
this. Well,
I mean,
it's that. But
Talking
it's,
out of the
it's
side of their
beyond that.
mouth.
censorship.
It's bring it up a level. Just bring
Okay.
it up a level to. Don't worry about that shit. It
'Cause
is
I'm with
just.
you. I said
they have-
censorship too.
They have like obvious blinders on. Like they don't even see.
It's
the shit
okay
that
when
they're
it's for
saying.
their favor. It's not okay when it's not for their favor.
Well, I think
Right.
part of it is that they live in the moment of the now. They get caught up in the hoopla of whatever's going on at the moment. So it's like, we're going to be very reactionary and we're going to do this and we're going to show them that. And then it changes day to day based on what's going on in the world
Right.
around them.
If it's good.
How
for
about you
them,
just
or-
leave it alone and let it go one way or the other?
Well, there's
and have
also
it be,
a certain. They're getting a lot of kudos from celebrities, especially celebrities, and so besides left-leaning politicians, they are getting beyond kudos for before they took the president off for censoring the president, and who has besides the president the most followers all these celebrities that are sitting at home with their
Nothing
millions
to
of
do
dollars
because they have no
to criticize,
risk. Right.
and they're clapping every time since let's just say since the first impeachment, they get little hand claps from people with 1.2, 2.5 million followers every time they do something,
Right.
and now it's built. And the problem is they're doing it because the people who have the most followers are allowing them to do it, because there's many people who have more followers than the president. It's not right.
There's not that many. He had 80 million followers. I mean, there's not that many people.
So do you think that
But
everybody?
there's a lot of people following him that aren't really engaging him. But whereas
Still gotta follow
celebrities, I know celebrities like I don't know Chelsea Handler and stuff. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, people follow her, and every time Twitter does something, she does a big rah rah rah, way to go! But she does it in her way.
Meanwhile,
and there's all these
Twitter just lost 12%,
Yeah, $5 billion.
$5 billion.
Well, it could be a tipping point. Like
Good.
it could be a tipping point.
It's not quite enough.
I haven't.
I think it's got to be higher than 12%. I think it's got to start hitting that 20 mark, and then they're going to start shitting in their pants. And
Well,
maybe
okay,
the
but you also have
because now you're taking a quarter of what.
their revenue
Yes,
stream.
their
But you
wealth, yep.
also have the unknown here, the unknown factor, or maybe it is known to some people, which is Elon Musk.
Come on out,
And,
DJ.
You know,
We'll be
what
here.
he's looking to do, or he's actually standing up against the censorship, and he has surpassed
He's
Jeff
actually
Bezos as the wealthiest
1.85
man,
billion. We
which-
talked about
Yep,
that.
we
yeah.
talked about it.
reference from your last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean but that's why. I mean it's for a big company like that, it's tax revenue, right? You want to make sure you're saving tax revenue. There's no state income tax here, right? Businesses get benefits
There's
for
an
moving here.
incentive to be here, same as in Florida.
And there you'll see everybody always says like, don't California my Texas
Right,
and all those bullshit.
right.
And that's just kind of like, leave all your bullshit behind. You're coming here for
Well,
a
and that's
reason.
what's
Right.
happening, though, is that when you are talking about this mass exodus from these heavily Democratic-run states where they are going to these more red areas, and they're going, oh, my God, look at the way you guys are living. This is so great, which, yeah, this is the way life should be. I mean, I saw it firsthand when we went back to California, and I'm like, my God, this is so overpopulated. Look at these people doing by my God. He's like, you lived here, you're freaking almost
You just
your
got
whole
away from it for a
life.
minute.
Yeah.
You get away, you come back, then that gives you that perspective.
Yes.
And you're like, no wonder
Seeing
they're
the
jumping out
trees
of
through
here
the
and
forest
leaving.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Right?
for
Yeah.
sure.
And I think
So-
I've always lived in red. I've never not lived in a red state. Well, no, even Colorado.
Colorado,
Well,
but
where we
we were
lived in
Springs,
Colorado Springs
little
was
different.
a very red
Area like that city,
city. Yeah,
because it's it's very very
military.
based.
It's
Right.
very
But it has
there's a
kind of a
lot of
mix to it there.
religion in Colorado Springs. A lot of old like blue laws and shit still happen in Colorado Springs.
Ooh,
So-
what's a good blue law there?
You can't buy beer on Sundays.
There is no
till-
such thing as a good blue law.
till
Yeah.
noon. You can't buy
I
a
mean, good in
car.
a funny way.
You can't buy a car on a Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't buy a car here
Maine
on a
still has
Sunday
that
either.
one, but
No
I-
way.
you know,
Yeah.
Car
being-
dealerships are closed.
Yep. I didn't.
I don't know
that. I
if
had
it's
no
a
idea.
law or if they just at one point it was a law. Now they just follow it. But I know
That's
in
what counts as a
Colorado.
blue law is.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Colorado, they do
Dude,
not.
like you have packaged like liquor stores like that sell regular beer, and Walmart sells like 1%.
No,
beer,
it's
or 2% or something like
yeah,
that.
it's 2%.
I remember I got
beer.
a 12-pack the first time we ever
And
went
he
there.
drank like 8 of them, and I drank
I was
like
like,
4 of them, and we were like,
there something
"What
wrong
the
with this
hell?" I
beer?
thought
And you're-
Elevation was supposed to do something. And so we get to go get another 12-pack, and some guy must have heard us. He's like, that's not real beer, right? We were like, no, what the fuck?
Oh, my God.
He's like, every grocery store has our liquor store like 2 doors down for that very reason. And sure
Growing
enough,
up in New Hampshire, the blue law for no alcohol sales on Sunday was still in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
until we were
Sundays,
somewhere around
yeah.
teenagers.
Huh.
So you knew about that. Like everybody was coming over the border. You couldn't buy beer
Yeah.
on a Sunday
Yep.
in Massachusetts till like mid '90s until
Right.
they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
all
reminds me.
right.
Wait,
So cheers real quick, you guys.
yes,
Hey, it's
cheers.
Wednesday. We're making it through. Again, it's been another weird long week. A lot of weird shit going out there. Be good to each other. Just fucking be good to each other.
you know, it's not hard. It's
It really
actually
isn't.
not hard to make a difference. I like to do my little mask test. So I like to go into places without it on just to see if someone's going to say something. Or if they do, which is fine, because I'll respect the rules and that's fine. I got to get that smile in. Okay, because I can't be doing this whole like, am I smiling at you or do I got to take a fart or what? Like, I want you to know that like I'm smiling at you when I'm walking by, and you know, like
I wink
that
now.
makes.
I've always been a winker, but I'm even more of a winker now.
Is like,
no,
you know,
I think
like,
it's not
hey,
like a. It's not like a. It's more of like a.
Like hot damn.
Like,
hey,
how you doing?
Those dudes are loved. The gas station attendants are all fired
you see
up.
Me.
You're in your workout gear coming home. 'Cause that's the only place you fucking go.
I know. Unfortunately.
At least she's going. It's a big deal. Okay, that's a big step.
You're saying I go.
No, I don't. I'm saying
Like, what are
I'm
you
giving
saying?
her kudos. Like, hey man, that's a really big deal. Good for you.
Let's jump into this then.
Speaking of working out, though, so
range yoga.
We know that in this time of pandemic, you were making fun of me because I call it the pandemic. During this
God.
pandemic,
I hate that phrase.
So during the vid, a lot of new things have surfaced, right? Yep. New ways to entertain yourself. To get your frustrations out, to have some fun. Well, one of these things. Go ahead.
Sex.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not new.
Sex.
That's not new.
Suppose you could have rage sex.
That's
a thing.
Who?
Look at him. He's like all embarrassed. He's like,
no, you're about to push the table over.
Back at
His
it.
knuckles. I
So
thought you were going to show
very
me like your
passionate.
knuckles or something.
So now we have rage yoga.
Ooh.
Is that like DDP yoga?
What's DDP?
Okay, she
Diamond
looks...
Dallas Page yoga?
Wow.
I don't know what that
Probably.
reference is.
Diamond Dallas Page was a wrestler, right?
Yeah, so he's a wrestler.
Right.
And he was all jacked up from wrestling.
Okay.
Discovered yoga, but because he did 30 years of aggressive workouts.
He was used to aggressive.
So he came up with a version of yoga. Like he became a yogi. I'm going to bridge this story.
A yogi.
I don't know if he became a yogi.
Holy shit.
Okay. But he had to fix his body and he did a lot of yoga. Right. But then he liked the intense workout. So he came up like 8 or 9 years ago with an aggressive
what
yoga
rage
thing.
yoga is yoga with alcohol and cursing, which I could completely get behind 100%.
All right. Now all you do is add hot yoga, hot to that.
People are going to die.
I used to do that. You're going to pass
People are going to pass the fuck out, especially with the alcohol. But it was
waiver.
There is a woman in Houston named Ashley Duzic, Duzich. I don't know if that's how you say it, but she heard about it and started doing it and liked it so much that she actually went to the founder. Her name is Lindsay Estence, and she's in Calgary, Alberta, and went and practiced under her so that she could come back and say she was a certified rage yoga instructor. And it really is just about the practice involves relieving stress through mudras, promoting enlightenment and clarity, and relieving tension and anxiety by doing yoga while you drink and curse. And I just thought,
like screaming the F word the whole time. Probably whatever words you want to scream.
Well,
really.
normally in yoga, I don't know if you know this yet or not, but you have to be quiet.
Oh, I've done plenty of yoga.
And you're in these positions where you're literally thinking to yourself,
you're going to die.
Fuck.
yeah, totally. I would be like,
after watching,
you want me to touch my toes for how fucking long?
Or the squat, holding
You've
that
done
squat.
hot
The
yoga
chair,
where
the
you
chair
lose like
pose.
5 pounds of water.
Well, I thought it was great because in the article, as I'm reading through it, the girl that the young lady in Houston actually has worked in mental health hospitals a lot of time practicing yoga. And so she says it's a really good way of letting things go and releasing things instead of bottling them up. Yep. And the picture is her laying on her back and flipping off the camera, which I thought was awesome.
Nowadays, that's exactly what we need. We should all have yoga mats and just like swear and drink.
Well, and we're going to talk about some things we've learned about swearing here pretty soon.
Absolutely.
But I thought that was interesting. I would like to, let's get it here in San Antonio and Gregory Lamontagne, and let's go.
It's like one of the break rooms that they have. You can go and like smash a bunch of shit up.
Yeah.
Well, the company I work at, it's not like that. Before some of them they've like gyms and different types of de-stress.
They had yoga
and stuff like
and
that.
stretching courses,
right?
and ab courses.
Back in the day, I remember like Google had like a punching bag rooms, and I don't know if they still do or whatever. But they did.
Angry at your boss. Put his picture up and.
But that's kind of what it was. I think. I mean, you deal with stress.
And they do say that in this thread. They're like, come yell at your boss that you never really get to yell at while you're stretching and doing healthy
There's
things.
nothing like having a punching bag at home or somewhere where you can actually hit the shit out of something.
Right.
I mean, legitimately, there's nothing like screaming. I'm not a big screamer, so I'm not gonna be like just dropping F-bombs.
I mean, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna scream it.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm
That's more along
probably
me,
a
but
screamer.
punching
I
something
wouldn't
like a
classify
bag or
myself.
something.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Like just when I was packing up the truck. literally punching the punching bag to fit it in. And I'm like in the truck and I'm like, did you see me?
Just dropping knees on it.
You're like just
So
tearing it
aliens are back in the news.
Oh, which ones?
up. So let's
Aliens.
tell me.
all of
Planet, where they coming
So
from?
Black Vault, they under a
Who's
freedom
Black
of
Vault?
Black Vault's a like blackvault.com or something.
Okay.
Like that. It's like a site or a link or whatever. Twitter. I don't know.
It's a group.
Under the Freedom of under a Freedom of Information Act request, they were able to obtain and release 2,780 pages of CIA documents directly
Interesting.
related to aliens.
Wow.
UFOs.
We had this
unidentified
conversation. Like,
phenomenon.
I'm definitely going to. I would love to see what they say and what they have. You know me. I don't really know if I believe in aliens or not
Why in the fuck
because
not?
I've never seen one, and I don't
They
believe.
just had something
Oh my
in, like-
God, you do not want to see one.
I do.
Okay?
I absolutely
I
do.
at least
Okay,
want to
you
see
do.
like, we watch all
want
these
that encounter.
paranormal. Well,
Okay.
I don't know that I need a like one-on-one encounter, but I love it when we see
Have
and
them on the
they-
podcast.
They
Invite them in, yeah.
have
They
the
could be
shooting
here
thing
now.
that like is all over the place, and they're like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "That I would love to have. I would love to see something. I don't necessarily need them to beam me aboard.
I want to go on a
No.
ride, dude, because
No,
I
you
like
don't.
roller
You want
coasters.
anal probing?
Haven't you guys heard about like what has happened?
You
to
don't want-
people
you
who
want
have been
anal probing?
claimed to be,
I mean, like Fire in the Sky guy and all
Okay,
that shit.
that movie scared
Whatever.
the living shit out of
So
me.
they do
It's
say
gonna
though
be
that
nice.
once you're
No,
abducted,
make
though
your
they
stuff.
come back. They don't leave you
Good.
alone, and they
Keep
abduct your,
coming.
they abduct your family members. So don't get me anal probe, Gregory LaMontagne. I will not be happy.
What's worse is what goes in the eye and your other
Oh,
orifices.
good gravy.
Wouldn't it be sad if we were the only ones in the
That's
universe, though?
so. That's
That's what I mean.
that's the thing. How
There's no way we're not.
how-
but
I mean,
also,
I don't think
if we
God
were,
put all
that's
his
sad.
eggs in one basket, but
There's no way. There's no fucking way. I don't give a shit what anybody says. There is no way. There are hundreds of billions of
I
galaxies.
just don't want them to be so
Right.
intelligent that they come to us instead of us not being
What
intelligent
if they're
enough
just
to go
sitting
to
out there
them.
waiting for us to stop being dumbasses?
What if they're waiting
That
for us
is
to be
part
like
of
da
that.
na 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 na?
Right.
That was
Well,
that was a
on our-
very bad version of Close Encounters of the Third Kind
I
music.
got it.
But
Oh,
we,
thank
we
you.
We got
got
to
it.
see the thing on our drive out here in Arizona. We went to the museum and it was all about the alien invasion and the war between these two alien tribes.
Where is this
Dinosaur
at?
power.
Because how did I not see this?
Oh my God! He actually bought the damn tickets.
Where was this?
On the 10,
Driving
Yeah,
out
in
here from
Arizona.
California in Arizona after we first
How did we
passed-
not see
you
this?
see the
I
signs
have not
the
been
whole
there.
way.
I
I
took
think
a
I've driven
couple
by it too many
pictures.
times to not.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
Chuck, you ever been
we-
there?
We read the whole thing on the wall,
It's
and it was
tourist
like
trap.
Hashtag
this
you
whole.
ain't.
Well,
Absolutely, it's totally fine.
but it kind of reminded me a little bit of like David Icke and some of his writings before discussing, the reptilians getting involved into our history over time, which actually kind of makes a little sense. You start looking at the bigger picture, and you, at least when I read what's on their wall, I'm like, yeah, you know what, man, you never know.
Greg wants to believe.
I'm
I
a
absolutely
believer.
do. Why
Yeah.
not?
I
Fuck
believe
yeah.
there's something else out there.
There absolutely is.
Are they interested in us? Do they care? Are they waiting for us to
We're
get
a
smart? Are
goddamn
they
big
waiting-
science
are
experiment. We're a
a
petri
unique-
dish of shit
but,
that they're just
but
waiting.
not Earth,
Can you imagine
planet
if they're
Earth.
watching us right now? They're like, mm-mm.
They
We want
are,
anybody but
totally, I
Americans.
think.
We don't want Americans on
Why
our
not
ship
Americans?
because they're not going to get along.
Americans, yeah, we
No,
will.
they love America.
There are way
because
worse
we're the
people on this
country.
planet than
Not
us.
right now. If you
We're
watch the
ones.
news,
We're the country to
Something
watch.
happens, we'll all get along again real quick. You watch.
What if our water is poison to them? And they're just avoiding
No,
it.
they
Oh, you're
want our
talking
water.
like.
you're talking signs.
No, yeah, you're talking signs. We
I'm
watched that
dropping
movie
science
like a little
Galileo
while.
dropped an orange.
Jesus Christ.
And I have to deal with this every day.
So Betty White's turning 99.
Okay, up to Betty White. Love
Betty
her.
White's turning
I
99.
can't believe that. And she's still so fucking spry.
Yeah, I love that lady.
Americans can agree that Betty White's pretty cool.
We
She's
can't
I
agree.
think she's
awesome.
probably like the coolest elderly person
Like, on the
I
planet,
could
probably.
name.
Well,
Like,
because when you get to 99, you're like, you can be honest. You're gonna be like,
this.
fuck you. That's
That's why I love
stupid.
it. And the funniest thing is, she's been popular for years,
Right.
and then she kind of went
Peaked
went down because
yeah.
her career is
Well,
like.
she
since
was
a
in that. What was the
teenager.
show?
The recent one.
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. That
Oh.
like that really
kinda
brought
really-
her up.
but that was her
Wait,
And
but that
then-
was after.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right because
Yeah.
she used to be on Bob
And that was in the
Newhart.
80s, right?
Yes.
Was that in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to.
So
I
you-
grew up watching.
You
that.
think
watch
about
them every
that,
once in a
and
while.
then like
Hilarious.
she's just hilarious. I'm just hoping Ryan Reynolds.
They're
I
the
really
Sex and
want
the
him
City
to
of old
put-
ladies, if you think about it.
Oh, are you trying to get him to do another movie?
No,
Oh, he is.
They're
Sandra
doing a
Bullock?
Deadpool 3.
They are
Howard
doing
kills
another-
Betty White.
I want him
Deadpool
to
has to
put-
kill Betty White.
I want
And
him
Ryan
to put
Reynolds
her
and
in
Sandra
it.
Bullock are doing a proposal too,
No,
supposedly.
they
No,
are
they're
not.
not.
So supposedly they are.
My
That's-
I'll watch
God,
that. That was a good break.
please. That was
No.
a very Rom-com.
Will he take his shirt off again? I'm in.
Yes, please. Me too. Oh my God, yes.
He's like 45 now.
I don't even
What
care.
if-
So are you.
What if Deadpool just does something like she does a funny line, like typical Betty White
What if
line,
she's
and
a
he just cuts her head off?
What if she's a
That would be
hero? What
great.
if she's a badass
She
in
could
this
be a
movie? It'd be kind of
heroine.
funny.
or a
like-
super villain?
or a super villain. There is
Betty
no
White is a
limit with Betty
supervillain.
White
Deadpool
and what
can
she
work.
can do.
Did you ever watch
Happy
the
birthday, Betty
show
White.
she was on? I think it was called like It's Hot in Cincinnati or like something. It was
I don't
this.
think so.
It was a live sitcom with Valerie Bertinelli. That was her name,
The
right?
chick from Just Shoot Me.
No, the
We
other
have
chick
Valerie
from
now, yeah.
Frasier.
Chuck
The-
said he votes for Betty White as a supervillain.
Oh.
That would be
I
fucking
think it would be-
dope as shit.
I have a-
it's
it's a
called-
great
it's
idea,
called-
right?
It's called like That's Hot. It's called like
I told you I was getting famous today.
the Betty White TV show sitcom with Valerie Bertinelli. Doesn't anybody know who she
Something
is?
in Cleveland.
Yes, you're right. It's Hot in Cleveland.
It's all right.
Okay.
We can. It's good.
Everybody knows.
I gotta look it up.
Most of us don't.
No,
No,
we're good. We're
it
not
wasn't
doing
that
We're not
popular.
doing that right now.
But nonetheless, I really do want him to put her in it, even if it's just a cameo. Even if she takes, remember how there's in the first one, I don't think she's in the second one, but the first one had the black lady that was blind
Yes.
or whatever. She was
Yeah.
badass, right?
She showed up in the second one for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did she?
At the very
Yeah.
Was
when
it-
when
She was great.
okay,
yeah, I think
I
so.
want Betty White to replace her because that just makes sense.
Write a
right?
letter to the
Like-
producers right now.
I think
still
that would be
she
fucking-
needs to be like
A villain.
a villain.
A
would
villain?
be hilarious.
All right.
All
So
right.
We'll go that way.
So
So we bought a
That's right.
ticket for
We
Mega
bought a
Millions.
ticket.
I think Mega Millions already went last night, and now it's already gone. So nobody won it.
no, I thought they were on Wednesdays.
One of them's on Tuesday. One of them's
Do you
Friday.
guys do Powerball? Or are you
Yeah,
part
we
of
had
one of the
Powerball and Mega
states?
Millions.
Okay.
Didn't you just buy those today?
Last night.
Oh, we didn't win.
I don't
Fucking
think
fuck.
so.
Now, do you guys do scratcher tickets?
No,
Just curious.
it's because it's $650 million.
We
and
don't
I was
typically-
like, $2 might be
And,
worth
and
it.
then he came home and I was like, "You only got 2 tickets. I can't believe you
Right.
didn't spend like $20, 10 and 10." He was like, "Babe, I'm like, just if we're gonna play, let's play.
No,
you know, if we're
because
gonna
the
pretend."
odds do not change.
Well,
You could
okay.
have one ticket,
well,
or you could have 5
Yes.
tickets. It doesn't matter.
True. Now,
Taxation for the dumb.
It really
how-
is.
How do you select your numbers?
I
Are
don't.
we-
I just do it automated.
Okay, so you don't.
so
pick.
my ex-husband and I used to have a set of numbers
Like, yeah,
that we
you go,
would
"Hey,
play.
these
It
are
was
our
like,
numbers," because the one time you don't
Do
was
that
your
on a
numbers,
doorbell?
I think I heard a doorbell.
it totally was doorbell
All right, keep talking.
at
Okay,
10 o'clock
so
at
it's like,
night.
you know, if you don't pick those regular numbers, then that's the time those numbers end up getting picked, and then you're like, oh my god, I didn't buy.
I have
my
a
normal
friend
ticket.
who has literally been playing the same numbers for Powerball and Mega Millions past 20 years.
Want
Somewhere
anything?
within our age.
I mean, you can do the quick
group,
picks,
and that's his
too.
fear.
Like,
It's
you
like
do
if
that.
I
I don't
miss,
play these.
this is gonna be the
That's
day.
the yep.
But the truth of the
Yeah.
matter is, most of the time when people win,
It's
when
random.
it's one of those quick picks.
Yeah.
Right.
Or a trucker stopped at the truck stop and he's like, I haven't played in a while, and he does the quick pick.
And he fucking wins $1 billion. or
Almost
something.
nobody.
So
ever
DJ
wins.
said, just kind of going back a little bit, DJ said, I have an open bet on my bookie that Carol Burnett croaks before Betty White. So I'm done with Betty White hanging in there.
Wow.
That's very
fucking
specific.
hilarious, dude.
Has he
Carol
watched?
Burnett's gonna be close to that age. right?
Has anyone watched Carol Burnett's show A Little Help on Netflix?
No.
Nope.
My
What year are
children
you in?
love it. It's the Now.
It's
Right now,
Netflix,
she has
honey.
a show on Netflix.
It's actually pretty funny.
It's
Really?
so cute.
So here's
She-
the thing.
Okay.
Maybe my algorithm doesn't pick that shit up. I don't know.
It's
Well, you gotta have a
similar-
kid.
It's
Like,
similar
Benji-
in the
Benji
format
watches
it.
to
Okay.
how Bill Cosby. Was it Bill Cosby who used to do Kids Say the Darndest
He's
Things?
probably not the right
Okay,
one.
he's in jail. We know that. But back in the day,
It's
they
very
had the
similar.
show Kids Say the Darndest
do remember
Things,
that.
that they would bring them on and be like, "Hey, can you explain what a leap year means?"
I think they've replaced. Yeah.
You know. But anyway, Carol Burnett has that show on Netflix. It is very funny. The kids are just adorable.
Go check it out. What's it called again?
A Little Help.
All right. So your kids shouldn't be watching this show, but they can watch A
do
Little
like
Help.
it. They can watch it. A
They
Little
can't
Help.
watch this show.
Oh no.
No, they can watch A Little Help.
Little Help. Carol
Yeah.
Burnett.
So I jotted down a couple things that you guys just made me think of that we'll talk about when we get to entertainment.
Okay,
Excuse me.
Annie.
So hot, holy chopsticks!
Okay, so again,
Holy chopsticks!
in
Do you have
in
something to share?
I don't, but just talking to it.
What kind of bullshit is this?
Well, okay, no, I do have. You can share a picture of the
Chopsticks.
of the
You
art.
got the
Of the furniture.
Yeah,
that
that's
they
what I was
make.
talking about.
So the startup turns 32 million discarded chopsticks into gorgeous decor and furniture. And at first I was like, well, this is definitely
So real quick,
driven.
Lori is watching.
Is that?
Lori Clay.
Oh, that's my stepmom.
Yep.
And my dad. My dad. Actually
They're
saw
watching
that.
right now, so say
Oh,
hi.
that's cool. Hi, Mom and
Hi.
Dad.
So just so you guys know, this
Where
is
are you going?
this is a rated R show. Just
Only because we have potty mouths, but
yeah, it's not like bad. It's just we talk shit
that's really cool.
a lot.
So
And look,
What? Wrong mom.
oh sorry,
It's fine. They know it. It's fine. It's all good.
so
wrong mom.
Wrong mom.
My
I
bad.
only have two.
Just erase
look,
that
I
part.
think you might be blushing a little.
I'm not blushing.
You
Me?
you turned a little red.
Oh.
So at first I thought this was like your favorite word, pandemic driven. However, this company has been around since 2016.
Okay.
Wow.
And this guy was a doctoral student.
What's the name of the company?
It is called. Hold on, you of course would ask me that. And it's not right.
Oh my
up front.
God, they make little shells.
You can
They
share
make a
it?
ton of cool
You
stuff.
sharing it?
You
It's
can.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure
is this stuff you end up
Chop
selling
value.
Make it a little bit bigger.
at a garage sale?
it's
when
called
you
Chop
move?
Value.
Chop value. Okay.
No, he actually sells it. So like the first picture is this wall art that they
Right.
made, which is
Okay.
really kind of cool. and
Looks like
cute.
Yeah.
IKEA.
It's made out of chopsticks.
all used chopsticks.
That's cool.
He is using up to 32. What did it say? It says
Wow.
it's estimated 100 pairs of chopsticks are being sent to landfills every day in just Vancouver alone.
If chopsticks are your problem in a landfill, you got bigger problems.
They'd be biodegradable.
Have you
anyway.
been
But
to
look,
a
I
landfill
mean,
lately?
Yeah, I threw out a
does-
I
goddamn
have.
toaster oven this
Look
morning.
at
They're
this
horrible.
staircase. It's really cool. Like he made these
Oh,
wooden
like
steps
a
on
pad.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an reinforcement.
it also dresses up the stairs, so it's not like
Repurposing
he's
the
making
product.
desks, cutting
That guy
boards.
is thinking
That's a desk.
every day is Earth Day, as Brian used to
That's
say.
a lot
yeah,
of work.
that's a desk
Yeah.
of chopsticks.
Wow, of chopsticks.
And a
Nice.
phone holder of chopsticks.
And how much do these products retail for?
It does-
$7 million.
It doesn't say. I didn't read that part. I just was kind of
you
like.
better get to the price tag, and then we'll see who's buying.
but
Somebody's
JK.
buying.
somebody's
in
buying him because
Vancouver.
he's been in business for 4 years.
Wow.
I mean,
5 years now. Shit,
Wow.
depending on when it
that's
started.
pretty good.
But these are
for-
used
Yes.
chopsticks. So, like, I just would like to know what their sanitation process is. Like, you know, there's a lot of interesting people in the world.
Well, here's
eating
the crazy thing. So we think
food.
80
Yeah,
billion,
you bleach it, steam it. whatever.
80 billion in China alone are thrown out every year. 80 billion.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense since that's what they eat breakfast, lunch,
Right,
and
so
dinner
that's
with.
like
but
How
their
many trees
call
is that?
to the environment, like how everyone tried to save straws from sea turtles. But yet,
Because the one picture of the sea turtle with
yeah,
the strap.
they had to
Happens.
rescue it, and the blood
It
came out, and
happens.
everyone freaked
saved it.
out.
Hey.
Straws are illegal, but they still give them to you.
Straws aren't illegal here in Texas.
But I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that's cool.
I mean, it's
You know.
it's thinking outside the box. That's for damn sure. And it's
Yeah, I mean,
somebody
would you
who
buy
found
it?
a cause and said, "I'm gonna do something about
It's
it."
cool. Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's a unique little niche kind of thing to do. So,
Yeah.
hey, if everybody that's watching, thinking about this, hearing this, whatever, go out, like, subscribe, share the show if you don't mind. I always like to just want to kind of put that out there. It's available on iTunes, Spotify. It's on Podbean. If you have Podbean, a lot of people don't know that Podbean it's actually the provider for a lot of podcasts, but you can actually sign up.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So we could like
So-
make our own
You can make your own podcast.
and then compete with your podcast.
Goddamn right, you could.
Don't do it, bitch.
You
I'll
have to
cut
buy
you.
all. You have to buy all this shit though. So or you can just use your phone in a.
They've
a
been
cheap
working
mic.
this whole pandemic on this. Don't mess up there.
Oh my God, did you get it right? Did you say pandemic?
He
Thank
did.
you. I'm actually implementing now.
It's all good. No,
So-
we support. I would support
Yeah.
anybody that wants
We
to
would.
do this.
You
because
watch us, we'll watch you.
If you
We'll
want to get on a
scratch each other's
camera or
back.
you want to start talking and do this on a couple times a week, more power to you because it's fun. We have a great time doing it. It brings
Yeah.
Beth and I closer together. We
Yeah.
get to talk some shit for a couple
We
hours.
just
a
get
week.
to talk about what we normally talk about now to people live.
Now, question: do you feel that this has improved your relationship?
Absolutely, sex is way better.
That's the books, baby. That's not the podcast. That's my books. That's my books getting you lucky.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
yeah, absolutely.
Are
has.
we talking about the books tonight?
Yeah, no, we
So
don't.
we're talking
No.
about.
No
Are we
books.
talking about best porn books making your
They're
sex
not
life better?
porn, They're soft core. What do you call them?
They're
romance
they're
novels.
romance novels,
That's
aka erotic novels.
This is
AKA
a romance novel for dudes right here.
Good gravy.
St. James Street
yes.
James. Ross Patterson wrote 3 of them. Go check him out. You can get
Okay.
him on Barnes
What's
and
the
Noble.
storyline?
Dude's just a man, and
And
it's a
he has needs
yeah,
that need to be
absolutely.
met.
It's the same thing that she's reading.
I ought to read it just so I could be like,
And it's hilarious. The guy lives to be about 186 years old. And that's his
Wow.
life story.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
there's
So
2 more
he
coming
just-
over.
Oh
the
shit!
next-
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He's following in the footsteps of those people that have like. Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck did this author write 9 books and I have to read all 9?
but Ross's
Gotta
are
do it.
way better.
Well, you don't know because you don't read my books, and I don't know because I don't read your books. So maybe we
Trust
should do
me,
a
these
swap.
are way better.
Maybe
Way
we
better.
should do a
What's your
swap.
favorite quote from that book, Greg?
All of them.
All of
You want me
them.
to read one?
I would love
I'll just
that.
randomly. I'm just
you
gonna
know,
randomly.
I'm kind of surprised you don't have little tabbies on there for different moments or incidences that
All
you
right,
would want to
so I'm
pull
just
up and
gonna randomly
reference.
open up a page.
Okay, let's just
So
do
Mr.
it.
Nevins motions for one of the tellers to count me out 1,000. I can't do his voice because
You can't read it without trying to do his voice, though. That's
Ross
the crazy
Patterson
thing.
and St. James Street James have a very specific voice. So Mr. Nevins motions for one of the tellers to count me out 1,000. I fold it in half and tuck it in the pocket inside of my sport coat as I exit. The second after I step through the front door, I rip out a key bump of coke for a little nostril sex before I get my booze on. I offer Guo, some blow, but he refuses, probably sensing the day he has in store trying to look after me. As we hit the front door of McSorley's, I pound his bump down for good measure. That's just a random paragraph.
Wow, I mean that.
You
was
know what?
just
I'm gonna
so
read one of mine next time, and I'm gonna be
eloquently
like,
put together. The imagery there was just so vivid.
So they actually are coming. They've done the first 2 books and they've done the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Audible, and they act out the entire thing. It's not
That
just
is-
somebody
that's
reading
great.
it.
That's
They
hilarious.
have they're actors.
It's
They're
like
actors.
drunken history, in a way.
kind of, yeah.
But it's fucking, and the idea is it's comedy. It's
Right.
absolutely
It's a
comedy.
farcical thing to enjoy, laugh out loud.
Like it gets
you know?
blocked on all because it's
you know.
it's edgy
It's
shit, but it's
okay.
fucking hilarious.
I'm so excited to be on this podcast, but I'm way more excited about learning the term nostril sex
See, you
because
guys.
that's something I could take
now
away.
you're gonna use that, aren't you? You're gonna be
I'm gonna
texting
find
us, and you're
ways.
just gonna be like, and then I had to go find
That was
some
just one
nostril
paragraph,
sex.
you guys. So
Wow.
everybody
that
loves Ross
really
Patterson. I like
pulled
that guy
me
a
in.
lot.
So-
Yeah, he's a
Had
good
a
guy.
gravitational
wife.
pull.
Sex in the City is coming
So
back.
entertainment, Sex City's
Hilarious
coming
that
back.
you know that.
Okay.
Well, I always scroll
could
through like
comment.
the entertainment sections, just try and
Mm-hmm.
find different things that are coming up, right? And, like we talk about like Netflix shows and all. But yeah, I was like, Sex in the City. I'm like, didn't that die 15 years ago?
It didn't die. It ran
think
its
the
course,
last
and
Like
then it
Jumping
had,
Shark
and
ran
then
its
it
course.
no,
Seven.
it
7
ran
or
its
8
course,
years ago.
and then it had 2 movies.
2 dose.
I've never seen any of them.
Oh my god, I have, and I've seen every single episode of
See?
every
Check, you going to bed?
season of the show multiple times.
have.
Are you a Charlotte, a Samantha? Which one are you? Who do you identify with most?
On the streets, I'm
Or
a
in the
Samantha.
sheets?
Right,
in
I
the
know.
sheets, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, they're making, which is kind of funny because they swore. Now, I remember being in Phoenix and driving to work, and they were talking about the one chick.
Like, would you actually watch? Would you watch a new?
Who was the
Resurgence?
one that was
I-
like the sex lover one?
Oh, that was Samantha.
Samantha.
We all know
Kim
that.
Cattrall.
Yes,
Kim Cattrall
she wrote a book about it
does
too.
not like. Apparently, there's bad blood between her and some of the actresses, and she was like, "Hell no, I'm never
She's
doing
not
it."
coming back.
She's not?
Well,
Oh, she's not?
okay, but
I
that's
don't know.
similar
Maybe- I don't know.
to the twins from Fuller House. The the 2 girls, Michelle,
twins?
the Olsen twins. Like they actually reference it in the show because it actually has been so successful. They'll be like, they're in the
Like, where are the girls?
Yeah, well, it's so funny because like they do this episode with like
It's like
Kimmy
they're
Gibbler.
rich as shit. They don't need to come
Like,
back to this.
Kimmy Gibbler's up in the
billionaires.
attic, and she goes,
Yeah, they don't
hey,
need to do
why
that
do you
shit."
still have Michelle's bike here? And they're like, they look at the camera, and it's so funny. They go, she's never coming back, right? Because
Good.
it's like she won't do the show, so I can understand.
So the
these
question
things
is this:
happen.
okay, so how do you think? All right, knowing personalities
Oh, here we go.
that were back then,
Okay,
there wasn't all this political jargon bullshit going on, right? Like 15
they
years
just
ago.
didn't hit on that.
No,
in the
no,
show.
it was not. Dude,
Except when
people
Carrie
didn't even
Bradshaw
know who, like-
dated a political figure who wanted to pee on her.
Okay, so 15, 20 years ago, right, when that show came out, is about when it came out, right? Something like
More
that.
than 20?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Something like that.
I was
right?
in college, so
You
yeah.
probably didn't know who, like, Secretary of State was,
No, absolutely not.
right? But you watched that show,
Yes.
right? Now you do know who you know who all of these people
Sure.
are. Do you think that they're gonna have some sort of spin in that show? Like,
You mean like
political
a
leanings and shit like
So
that?
we're
I'm
gonna
always curious
talk
about that.
We're gonna
Or do you
talk.
think they're gonna go back to straight to like what the show was, which was about like fashion and blah blah blah, relationships and sex and problems. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think, Beth?
Well, a lot of people are gonna be wearing masks.
Okay, you're not Beth.
Oh, sorry.
But it's funny how they're starting to incorporate that shit into movies and shows. Like they're making shows, and the pandemic is.
So actually, while we're driving out here, I love looking at billboards and making fun of them. And we saw one for a casino, and like in the imagery, they're like wearing masks, but it's
With their
safe.
glasses up.
And they're having the best time ever. And I'm like,
No, you're not.
barf.
That's kind of like when we saw those people kiss with their masks on. We're like, what?
In the
you
airport,
were with
yeah.
me. Oh, I saw that.
No.
The
We
other
talked about that
night.
a long-
I
like 6 months
died.
And Greg was like, let's just do it to try it. And I was like, we did it once. We
Right.
both went, this is the dumbest
This is so weird.
thing
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
It's like having sex with condoms on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Very
My bad.
similar.
My
I mean,
bad.
that's
My
a
bad.
great analogy.
We both have condoms on, I guess.
so stupid.
That wasn't stupid. That's a good analogy.
It's still stupid. It's a good analogy doesn't mean it's not stupid, but so
different
we also started watching the history of swear words.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
So,
is-
we saw it too.
we saw the first two.
We saw the
Yes,
first two.
so did we.
Nicolas Cage
Fucking
is
shit.
Isn't
perfect.
that crazy how we're on the
Love.
same page?
Yes. And we did not plan this. Okay.
He's
like our
perfect.
cycles are in
Pandemic.
sync.
Yeah, he's perfect for this.
You know, the way that he talks, it's like no other actor who can just come forward with
And talk
this
like he's just
We
Yeah.
talked about
and
this like a couple
ownership.
weeks ago, and then last week I brought it back up
Because of his
again. Right?
birthday.
Yes.
Yep, it was
I
a Nick
remember.
Cage heavy show,
Yeah.
is what I called it, right? But I mean, honestly, I think he's got that National Treasure. They're filming that, or
They're
it's
getting ready to do a
come
third
out or
one. Oh
Oh
whatever.
my God.
Well, hold on.
yes.
Can we hit pause? They're doing another National Treasure.
Yeah.
It's been
Total
like 10,
guilty pleasure for me.
Me too.
I love both those
we
movies.
both-
We're
yeah.
always
Well, they're on
like,
they're on every day. You just got to find the right
what's he
channel.
gonna find?
So yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna have a few different things coming.
here's
out,
my
it's gonna
only
be,
beef
This is his big kickoff.
with this show.
Oh God.
I do have one.
Oh no.
What's that?
I feel like it always there's always a comeback to racism so far in both of the shows that I don't feel needs to be there.
But if it's true, it's true.
I don't know that it's true. I
How
sometimes
do you know?
feel
Historically, things.
I sometimes allow me to use my words, kind sir.
Please use your words.
And I know
kind
somebody's
women.
probably gonna be like racist, but I don't always think it has to be in everything. This show is supposed to be fun and lighthearted, and I don't know that we need to bring
But it's
in.
kind of like the history of swear words.
But you
So-
don't know based off the history that they're throwing in is just based off the people talking on the show and their opinion.
And who's writing?
But there are a
it.
few people on that that are like doctorates, history.
Those aren't the people that are talking about it. The
The
comedians.
comedians. If
The
it's
comedians
then it's okay.
are
It's one
talking.
thing. That's just your,
Well, but
that's-
it
and
just-
it's
But they
opinion.
bring that in to sway social opinion.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, and
so they
that's
do
why
this
I'm
all
like,
the
Don't
time.
overthink this shit.
no, but
I
that's
do.
where
You
both
have to.
shows
You
I've
have to be-
gone.
Stop.
Both shows I've gone.
All
It
y'all
doesn't. It
fucking
doesn't.
stop.
It just needs to be about bad words, their
Right.
history, and the hilariousness of
No.
it, and there needs to
And
not be
you know
a
what?
serious
Yes.
message.
And
in
I
it.
agree with you. And I see this
This is
across
how a
the board
podcast-
in advertising. Well, you know, actually, I did study. I went to college for something. But
did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did.
That was just California straight beers.
Nope. Anyway, but you know, you have to understand too is like, you know, the median is the message, and the way that they're presenting this information and who they are using is very key. Same thing with what Brian was referring to earlier, how like you get these celebrities, these influencers to state their claim
absolutely.
about
Yeah.
something. But in television and advertising across the board, even in football, for crying out loud, with these commentators and these, we're all in it together, and if we can all just work together and stay safe.
And that's why they're trying to get
Anything
rid
is
of the phrase "we're in it
possible,
together."
and we're gonna do all this stuff and sing kumbaya,
The kumbaya thing.
and we're gonna help
So-
everyone.
But I mean,
All right.
I
It's
get
like,
the history part
well,
of it. I don't mind the history part of it. I don't need the racial side of it. But
I
I will
understand what
tell
you're
you
saying.
that fuck. I'm so glad they kicked it off with fuck because
Right.
it is my favorite.
Huge.
I
word.
literally thought they blew their wad. No fucking.
It was their
pun.
teaser to get you in. Like you,
and hook you somehow.
Yeah.
Why are
understand.
you
Right.
excited about episode 3?
because it's bitch, and that's Beth's
Oh, I saw
favorite
bitch.
word.
Yeah.
it's Beth's
Yeah.
favorite word.
I call you a bitch at least 15 times a day, don't
Actually,
I?
you know, it was funny because he never even calls me that.
no, I don't call
ever.
Beth a bitch.
You know, I call
No, no, no.
him, like-
But
you
you'll
don't
call
call
yourself-
me.
I don't call-
You just
I
be
call
like, hey,
you
what's
like-
up, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
said, but
kinda
I
fun.
There's
so
that
maybe I say
common
it to you at least 15
vernacular
times
where you're
a
like,
day.
oh, no big deal. Like, whatever, bitch.
Bitch, what
If you
did
go
you
back
say
and look
about
at the history of the podcast here. I think she calls me bitch like 7,000 times.
Probably.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was good on that first episode. You're kind of right though. I didn't think they did kind of shoot
It's
their
the
wad
best
by
one.
going with the F word first, but
You can
because
say fuck.
Nicolas
It's okay.
Cage is
You don't have to say F word. You can say fuck.
okay, because Nicolas Cage is such an over actor, his intro was great because it was all overacting. You're like, oh, this is classic
Well,
Nicolas Cage. you
Even
know?
the one with
And
shit.
where he goes, fuck.
Yeah.
Even the one
totally
with shit
worked.
was where he's like,
It totally worked.
sugar, honey, and
Iced
iced tea.
tea.
And it took me, I was like, sugar, honey. I get it. It's an
I
acronym.
never, I've heard
The
Sugar Honey Nice Tea
acronym-
before.
the
I did
acronym for
not
it.
know that.
He was literally sitting there like, what? And I'm like,
I was like,
I've
It was
never
fun.
heard of it, but
So
I
if you guys go out there and watch that shit, they're like 20-minute
They're
episodes.
super short. So
they're
we're watching one a
super
night.
shit-
but
super
also,
short,
I
super
thought
short.
it was funny that all these people thought
Freudian
that
slip there.
for unlawful carnal knowledge is where it started.
Well, that's what she had said before, and I was like,
I was like, that's not how it started. I knew that it never
makes-
started.
Yeah.
But there's also a Van Halen album.
Right, that's the other place. I knew there was something.
of course
Yeah.
he knew that.
So lastly, we've got Discovery of
Witches.
Yeah, so
which
this is a new show. We
is
just
it's a
started watching.
book. It's
on
a book. It's a
Netflix?
book series that started. No,
What
it's
channel is
on BBC America. And so and it's also on Amazon Prime for free. And I had gotten through about 3/4 of the season 1, and reintroduced myself, I guess is the word
Yeah.
I'm looking for, to rewatch like 5, 6, 7, and 8. And
Right.
it just started back up with season 2, and it looks good. I bet you
Nice.
the books are really good, but I
That's
won't
what
read the books.
That's the one I was downstairs watching with you.
Yeah,
it
I won't
was
read the
pretty-
books until I'm done with the
It's pretty
series.
entertaining. I watched a couple of them with you. It was good.
I
So yeah,
mean-
check it out.
It's a good storyline. The other thing we didn't talk about real quick was there's a Lighthouse Film Festival, which is
What
hilarious.
is that? Sorry, you sent it to me in my notes. I forgot. to put it
So
in there.
because we're in this pandemic time.
Pandemic.
I look at her every time I say that now. And every time I say it, I'm going to be like, Allison, pandemic.
Pandemic.
There is a film festival that they're still trying to have, and it's a lighthouse in Sweden.
You go to the lighthouse?
A person goes to the lighthouse and gets to watch all the films that would have been in the film festival.
Okay.
You have to put your name. It's a contest, but
so you're by yourself,
Yep.
like one person,
yep.
and I'm gonna watch a bunch of
No,
movies.
I have to
Yep.
talk to someone during a movie.
It's a Sweden. You can't take your phone and you can't take any books.
My God, I'm
That sounds
out.
like a pile of shit. I'm not.
I
doing
mean,
that.
No.
but I guess you're gonna be. I guess it depends on how many. But you're staying for free.
What if it's just like a bunch
In
of
a
Shia
lighthouse.
LaBeouf? fucking
I was worried. I was
movies?
like, what if it's
Did you
just like a
watch Honey
show?
Boy?
What's
it's
the
really
one?
good.
Sundance. What if it's like Sundance films?
I think that's really where a lot of those.
So
Come
wait,
out.
I'm not following.
So you're
You
gonna
win a
get
ticket.
You
to
win
go
to a
to
lighthouse.
Watch the film festival at a lighthouse by yourself.
Yes.
Because you have to socially
Yes.
distance yourself.
That
and
sounds
it's
terrible.
It will be only this
You have to be
person
really into
and
lighthouses.
it will only be this person, the sea, the waves, the sky, and 60 different
I don't know about you
premieres
guys,
that we
but
are
I'm not doing
screening
that.
at the festival.
60.
What'd you write in there,
My
Jose?
God, is
Saldana?
there a toilet?
Is this
Camden, what's going on?
Is this an American film festival?
Can Brian do a breakdance? Camden
It's-
asked if you can do a
Out of
breakdance.
Sweden, so it doesn't say what
Right,
film
Chuck? It's
festival, though.
worst contest
No,
ever.
it does.
Absolutely.
The Gothenburg Film Festival. The Gothenburg.
Oh, I should see if my friend's movie is going to be in there. He's been
So-
getting featured in film festivals across the
One
country.
candidate
So
from
Lori,
all the
I have a
applications.
Yes, I
mute button
do.
over here. I'll just cut off her mic. So
What's
go.
wrong?
Nothing.
Am I gonna have to like?
Just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
You have to really like lighthouses to get
It's an
it.
inside joke.
Every time I hear a lighthouse, I think of Harry Potter.
All right. So,
One of the
all right. So
movies.
we do one thing. We do this. We do something that's basically called our feel goods. You probably heard that quickly, right? So my feel good of the day is you guys are in town, and I'm happy. It's been a while since we hadn't seen each
We
other
hadn't
since the
we hadn't
wedding.
seen you since the wedding.
Oh my God.
Right?
So
And
yeah,
Brian
it's
we
been about a
saw-
year and
when
a
was that?
half.
March?
September.
Was it
September.
September?
Yeah, when he
Jeez,
was
yeah.
doing his trek
Yeah.
the first time.
So that's my feel good today. And then Beth, what's your feel good?
You can
today?
just put this on here, and I will just talk about it because this picture is. Oh, I got it. This picture is so stinking cute.
Okay.
So
So
there
for
were
our
triplets.
Instagram or our, I keep saying Instagram, but for our iTunes and Spotify,
Spotify.
listeners, you can always go out and
Sharing a
check this out
picture
on YouTube. I post this out right away. There we go.
They're Emperor Tamarin triplets that were born, and these are the monkeys that look like they have a mustache and a beard. And there were 3 of them, and they were so little when they came out. They were the size of a thimble when they were born.
And now they're all grown up.
And now they're not grown up, but they're already starting to get there. If you can see it on the TV, they're already starting to get their like little mustache and beard.
Oh my gosh,
Aren't
they're
they
so
adorable?
young, but yet so old.
Look, hold on, look. So there's a bigger picture.
Okay, that is
There you go.
And then, hold on, there's one more that just made, oh, look.
wow.
So cute.
We're gonna start.
Like an
our-
alien.
We're gonna start our
I
own
feel
animal
like
show.
those are
And then
real
look.
animals, but also what Dr. Seuss was inspired by.
I think
Probably.
The Lorax.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, I
like
thought
he
the
must have
exact same
seen
thing.
those
It's not the
somewhere.
Lorax, really.
The Lorax looks
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of like
makes
him.
sense.
Just,
Yeah.
just the theme of them.
In the whole, like, yeah.
Totally.
So that was my feel good. I thought they were really
Cool.
cute.
So I'm gonna throw it over to you guys. Basically, it's just something that
What made your
Yeah.
day?
was cool. What
your
made
few
your day
days?
today?
Oh
Like,
my
just
gosh.
come up with something cool.
I know something for you.
Okay.
Your Whataburger breakfast taquito.
That wasn't that great.
You said it was the best.
But what was your
breakfast
So what was a
taquito
good thing?
you had in
So
your
that
life.
it might be a best, but was the barbecue better? Like, what was it?
Well,
What's
okay,
your
I got
feel
2
good?
feel goods.
All right,
2 feel goods.
goods. Let's hear it.
And they both involve Allison.
Oh,
Aw.
But
only do
I
that, like,
also
once
feel
every
great to
5
be
months
here.
with her.
Thanks for having us. Sorry
Yeah.
we're late.
No
I know we were
worries.
supposed to be here like Saturday.
Oh my God,
It's
you
all
made
right.
us stop. Oh, and okay, the moving
Um,
joke.
we were supposed to be here Saturday, but one of my big feel goods is Allison for packing the truck
oh, nice.
because
Nice, good job.
legit, she took Tetris to
the
another
next-
level.
She's like you. Greg has
I
that
mean,
skill as well.
Spatial.
I definitely
really good
would have
at
done
being like,
okay,
I need
but
a bag, 2x3, you know, with a depth of 4 inches. Like, go. And then I'm like, give me that pillow. I'm like, give me this. All right. And then I'm like, get away from me. Get away. Get away. Like my brother and my sister, my brother-in-law came over at one point, like, just throw this shit in and get it in there. And then I was like, okay, we did it.
What's your other one, Brian?
Anyway,
my other one is
had to get through it.
Wagon Wheel Barbecue.
Nice.
And
Where was that? Do you know? Do you remember? what town?
Or
Osaka?
Arizona.
Is that something like-
Ozana.
Ozana,
Ozana.
Texas. We stopped to get gas,
Nice.
and then we're there, and I'm like, "Oh, let's go to the Sonic." I was like, "No, I'm gonna look up something." And she found this, what you hear in the Hill Country of Texas, West Texas. She found a barbecue place. We
Yep.
went there. It looked like an old gas station, but there's no gas pumps.
It's awesome.
And we got
4.7
the best
stars.
barbecue ever, and it was just a menu.
Good.
And then after we ordered, she goes, peach cobbler or brownie. I'm like, whoa, you didn't say there was dessert.
Bitch
anyway,
just made my
That's why
day.
it took you an extra hour to get here.
Actually, we were only there for
Oh, I
20
know.
minutes, but easily the best barbecue sausage I've ever had.
Good.
Again, the brisket was great. I've definitely had better, worse, but it was an amazing place. It didn't even look like it was open.
And Allison, what's
great.
yours? What do you think? What happened today?
Started with a really good shower.
There we go.
Nice and hot.
Just pick something.
Okay,
You put it on the spot.
you did.
God
You did.
damn.
I know. I always have something to talk about.
Do you have like a good nap?
You know, I was actually surprised that he drove more than I thought he would. Yeah,
What
Does
do you
she
mean?
feel good?
yeah, because then I got to relax a
Yeah,
little
hell
bit.
yeah, you should be able to
Because at one
relax.
point he was like, "Hey, you want to switch it up?" And I'm like, "No."
And what are you, just like a
was like-
passenger the whole time?
Oh, he's on his phone. He's doing
The
all
first
kinds
day,
of stuff.
she kind of took
No,
it off.
I usually if there's the two of us driving, we've done this before.
Yeah.
I end up doing the brunt of
You're
it.
you're the dom in
But
this whole
he's done it on
relationship.
his own multiple times on his own. But then it's like once he knows
He's like,
I'm
no,
there,
I want to kick back.
Yeah, once he knows I'm
Right
there,
on.
he's like, oh, she's good.
No, that's good. Yeah, I'm
so,
glad
no,
you got
I
to
was
have a
glad
little
that
bit of
he
kickback.
drove more than me, so I got to take a little snoozer, but I didn't really fall asleep. I was listening to your podcast and
Good.
catching up. I felt like, you know what? I felt bad because I was like, fuck, they've already done 77. This is your 77th episode. And
Yep.
by the way, I noticed when I came in here that the date established for the bar is open is Brian's birthday.
I never put two and two
I don't know
together.
how this happened. The worlds are communicating.
That was the
It's
first
all
day we
coming
ever
together.
did one in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sitting
The
there.
garage or in the backyard?
Oh, it's the backyard.
Wow.
It was on the
Mhm.
deck
On the
of the
deck.
backyard.
Yeah.
That's out there on,
Really
on YouTube if you
exciting.
want to
Yeah.
see
It
it.
felt like we got here about 4 hours earlier.
Yep. It's
We were
awesome.
hearing you before we got here.
Right,
There you
I felt
go.
like a good
You were closer with us
connection,
already.
Yeah, there we
Catching
go.
up.
Well,
so I
All
felt
right,
like
we're
we had
gonna
some more.
wrap this
We've run
shit
a little
up.
long,
You know
but it's
what?
been fun.
Really, just be good to each other. Go out and make the fire. Talked about that a couple times. Go do something good for
Do something for someone else
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
really
them
the
happy.
key. So, hey, Ian, come get a beer. You're probably chilling out tonight. Evan Haley, miss you. Thanks, military first responders. Without all you guys, we cannot do this shit. And thank you, Bryan and Allison, for being on our podcast.
Thank you.
today.
Thanks for having
And
us.
we'll look forward to having Allison, her and I.
She and I.
She and I.
Her and I.
I'm very specific
Whatever.
about my pronouns.
We'll have a.
Just kidding.
We'll do another quick.
Yeah.
About
Conversation.
about her stuff.
Sure.
I told you I'd be famous.
Guys, take care.
Love you guys.
Have a
Have a great
good
Thursday and Friday. We'll see you on Saturday.